Starting from scratch, day 15. She awoke in a daze like she'd been drugged. It was rather late, according to the general consensus, but when her eyes popped open at 5-something, then 8-something, she fell back into a deep slumber, having lucid, bizarre dreams. She had originally panicked, seeing the time, but soothed herself from that. Hang on, she reminded herself. This is my reality, admitting and submitting to the panic. She sat and appreciated the quiet, the peace, the massive snowflakes dancing towards the earth, causing all kinds of ruckus. Even at present, she hears tires turning and screeching, cars becoming stuck, and seeing people unhappy. It's worse than the other day when she'd been out, as it had snowed all into the night, followed by fierce winds, almost haunting, like evil whirling through the air, which then whipped Bratislava with rain, only for the snow to recommence sometime in the morning, whenever it did. Why do people not take care of themselves, she thinks? Their safety, the body they live in. Only just weeks ago she stepped onto a slick patch outside her own apartment, having been in a rush to meet someone who's notoriously late, and was. Perhaps she's told this story already. She remembers not. In any case, all the more reason to start actually recording. Anyhow. So, yes, why risk oneself going out there in these conditions? She's not heard any snowplows, nor did she see any the previous day when she was out. Nor is it common courtesy to shovel one sidewalk here. It's rather treacherous if you ask her, and furthermore, if it were up to her, she'd declare it not a snow day, but rather a cake and play day. That parents would not have to go to work and rather stay with the children and just play, that everyone could just stay home and play or just be, whatever. Anyhow, that is her imagination going off, isn't it? So back to the very thought that led her straight into writing even before meditation, and an inspired thought at that. A question. Why do people help people? Because it makes them feel good. Because it's one's duty to give back to community. Because they like to see others thrive too. Because it's part of their religion and they must. Because they can't not. This morning, in her seemingly drunken stupor, or rather the feeling of having smoked a very strong bong, she asked another question after these answers. And yet again she asked, but why? She thinks of all those rags to riches stories, all the people who made it big, who then turned around and started teaching others, quote unquote, the way to success, because they genuinely believed anyone can reach their wildest goals or dreams the way they did. I get that, she thinks to herself, remembering the days of her fitness and nutrition coaching. She was on top of the world, invisible so to speak, and wanted everyone to feel the same, to be happy, to be free, to love what they do and do what they love. And she was witness to others' transformations at the time, not just physical. She never really credited herself for anyone's change, rather just calling herself a catalyst. When I love what I do, and one is positively affected by such, or quote unquote infected, they start to shift their inner beingness, their person, their life, and perhaps have the same effect on another, if not many more, as with a few people who crossed her path. But look, she hasn't answered the second why. right? In short, why do we help people? Because we're selfish, in the best of ways, in the way that all the greats have taught and do teach. Whether it was actually Gandhi or not matters little, but the quote, "Be the change you wish to see," comes first to her mind. That idea, or rather virtue, is the source of countless books, films, big in the personal development arena, which big business knows all too well. She says that very much on purpose to come back to later. For now, let us focus. What if, she ponders again, there's an underlying subconscious reason beyond our control which is at the helm of our desire to help others? Because helping others is about helping us, the larger body of us, the human species, or rather all sentient beings, animals and plants included, stepping off the world as we see or know it and into true utopia. So when I am in alignment with all that is, on the flip side of this page, she wrote down some numbers as a picture and an idea start to merge and make sense. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 2 = 3. 2 + 3 = 5. 3 + 5 = 8, and so on and so on and so forth. She was quite sure she was scribbling down the digits of the Fibonacci sequence, and she did just double check. Indeed, yes. But why? What compelled her to do so right then and there? She's no mathematician, she thinks. But it is all numbers, she remembers. 1 + 1 = 2. The first sequence. It takes one person to be the change, going within oneself, finding their true power. 1 + 1. Then they share with another. 1 + 1 = 2. Who shares with another? 1 + 2 = 3. It is not blind, and a pattern emerges. A pattern that nature is practically screaming at us. The conical form, existing everywhere, infinite, eternally. Right now, we just exist willy-nilly in small boxes. But those who know are part of a great curve, and that is the Fibonacci curve, a code or sequence. The code that is our freedom when we realize it. And she puts in brackets, real -eyes. Please write that down and see what it does for you. So just backtracking a second, the code that is our freedom when we realize it, when we see it, when we know that our power is within us and not without us. It is 1 + 1, the unconscious and the conscious merging. You plus consciousness equals alignment with consciousness, with all that is, with the great universal mind substance, with the creator principle, source, or more commonly expressed as spirit, love, and God. Please, she asks you, let us put aside semantics and let us speak openly of this force, which she does refer to as God. Many hours later, actually, you know what? That talk will come at the most perfect time. It will just flow from her heart, through hand and pencil to you, as all other thoughts do. Not so much premeditated, just flowing out. This has been such a tremendous day, as she reconnects with more like minds and crosses paths with beautiful, kind and lovely souls. It was just that kind of day. She landed a job in a catering company, which commences next week. It is of the same style of job she did in London, so that her level of busyness within the company depends solely on how much she wishes to work. There are 2 more leads, make that 3, make that more, infinite in fact, because the quote, seeing is believing, is so very much old news, as everything starts in the invisible first, vibration first, which she interprets turning into thoughts, which inevitably turn into things. So the question is, and it's a very big question, where's her vibe at? Well, just as she was specific about her home and what she wanted in it and got more than she asked for, she knows what she wants in her job. It's got to be fun. She wants to collaborate with wonderful people. Decidedly and definitively states that for her services she's remunerated very well, with more than enough for all her living desires and needs, with the opportunity to travel within or out of the job. And for the sake of clarity, it need not be a single job, as she's rather happy with variety. Cash in hand is ideal in that she's thoroughly inspired, so much so that she wants nothing more than to carry on with these writings. But yes, ultimately, in alignment with her goal in life, she wants to feel good and have fun. Life is supposed to be delicious, is it not? She certainly thinks so. Time to sign off out of this beautiful day and die. Go back into non-physical as she sleeps and drifts away from the body and daytime musings of the mind. With great love, and as always, she thanks you for being here. God bless you.